move. We can shift over into some NFL talk. I know we didn't have this written down, but the Detroit Lions have to get their respect as the best team in football right now. This is hands down the best football team in the league. I don't care what a record says. I've watched enough. How many times do you have to beat everybody like a drum before everybody starts to realize, like, oh, hold the hell up,
Hey, shout
dog?
out to
I'm gonna tell
Dan
you,
Campbell.
fat shout out Dan Campbell, because I'm gonna tell you how crazy this was yesterday. Had Jahmyr Gibbs on my slip, had him for a touchdown, anytime scored. I'm just watching. I was like, bro, I said, you know what would be great right now? They just hand this ball out to Jahmyr Gibbs and he just crib it. That'd be crazy, right? I'm sitting there, I'm watching. I said, oh shit. I said, all right, take the hand off. All right, crack open. Like it's about to be like the 15, 20-yard game. Like, nah. He get around that corner. He bend that corner like he run the 400 meters. Goddamn. Goddamn. You talk about a quarterback in Jared Goff that only threw like 12 passes yesterday. Had 85 yards, but still had 3 touchdowns. You dropped 52 points. The way this team is able to get it however they see fit, I respect the hell out of Dan Campbell for what he's done. This is the type of offense we thought that Kansas City should have. This is the type of unit that we thought the guys that we're used to seeing at the top of the quarterback talks. We talk about those guys. Jared Goff's in an offense right now where he feels like he can do no wrong. They have an abundance of riches. Jameson Williams obviously didn't play because of his whole situation that he had going on. But when you go to Khalif Raymond, he's still able to produce. Amon-Ra St. Brown, one of the most underrated receivers in the entire league, because nobody really talks about him in the light that I feel like they should in terms of receiver rankings, because there's so many guys. And then you got a 2-headed monster, you know what I'm saying, Sonic and Knuckles in the backfield with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. They can get whatever they want whenever they see fit.
Sam Laporta, tight end.
Sam Laporta, another one of those Big Ten tight ends that we all know how those boys give it up once they get to the league. They all end up doing this, bro. Detroit, hands down, with a defense that can go get the football back for you as well. Like this is a unit that can take away the rock, score the rock. They can do whatever they want to do whenever they feel like it. And this right now is the best team in football.
And this just shows you the blueprint of what you can do when you can turn a team that just being on the bottom, been to the bottom for so many years. And I feel like this is karma for me, because I remember when our glory days, I used to look at Detroit like, oh, they ass, you know what I'm saying? Detroit never gonna be good. Them and the Browns, you know what I'm saying? Browns had some glory days, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Detroit, I used to think of them boys like an easy win and a win, Now the boys dominate, and here we are. We at the bottom. But that's just the blueprint. And Jared Goff's story is kind of crazy, Shantis, indeed. Y'all remember the Rams sent Jared Goff to Detroit so his career can die. People forget that. They sent them there because his coach, McVay, they had a falling out or whatever. He sent them to Detroit so his career can die. And he went there and hooped. I think he hooped like year 1. Like, did decent, you know what I'm saying? With Dan Campbell, everything like that. And they have just been up. They've been trending up since. Should have went to the Super Bowl last year. Dan Campbell got a little greedy. He got greedy. If he had kicked the field goal, they still would have been taking the OT or maybe going by field goal or whatever. But he got greedy on the side of the field. But this year, they learned from it. They on a mission. They obviously, I think, they can be seeing the Chiefs or Ravens in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's just my
opinion. And I want to say this before I let you go, D. This is a testament to what you do, what happens when you have a man that is the head coach that can change the culture. These are culture changes that we're looking at with Detroit. Whereas when you look at his first couple of years, when they weren't winning, but they were competing their asses off each and every week. They lost a lot of games in those early days of Dan Campbell, and people don't remember that they were always knocking at the door and competing each and every week. And like you said, as you say it every week on Twitter, compete. And I think when you have a guy that can come in and change the culture, in a situation that's a little bit bigger than just football itself, because some like Detroit, we would say Detroit had issues that stemmed like in like the foundation of that franchise. And when you have a guy that brings in a culture of accountability, a culture of competing, a culture of aggressiveness, a culture of toughness, yeah, that can flip a team around in an instant. And when they finally get the pieces, and they got all the pieces, it feels unstoppable. Because right now, nobody can say that there's a tougher group than any Dan Campbell group that he fields. Nobody can say that there's a more talented group than any Dan Campbell group that he's fielding right now as well. When you mix those two together, you get a dominant unit that is currently steamrolling through the entire league. They're in a defensive unit right now that I think can go and handle Detroit, whether they're on the road, whether they're at home, whether they're in Timbuktu. Damn it, they gonna put 40 on your head top every time. And they are great from our parlays. So again, much love to Dan Campbell and what them boys doing.
You know what, man? I don't know, man. That statement in the beginning, that was bold. That was bold for me. Do I agree? Yes. But I mean, I think it kind of goes back to the Dion thing in Colorado, man. They got their guy, man. It's like, damn, bro, that man a hitter. That man like Bone Crusher. He ain't never scared, yo. Like he bring that mentality, bro. Like, and it's like, oh, like I haven't watched them play that much this year, but I just knew after year one, because we knew year one it was gonna be a year, like experiment year. But after that, when year two came, and they went to the NFC last year, right? Was that his second year or his third year?
That was his third. That was his third year when they went to the NFC
That
title
was his
game.
third year, bro. Listen, I knew after that I was like, it's only gonna go up from here. It's only gonna go up from there, and I honestly don't see. I don't see that man slowing down, bro. Like you said with Jared Goff, bro, they sent that man there to die. I mean, we all thought that. I did. And then the Rams went on to win the Super Bowl. I was like, yeah, they done with you. But I mean,
because they struck gold in
bro,
the draft.
like,
They had a good draft that year that Jared Goff went there that first year. People forget that. So that's probably another reason why Jared Goff's career did not die in Detroit. You know, they didn't draft a quarterback, whatever. They saw something in him, and I was like, we're going to build something with him. You know.
yeah, man, I just think it's time, you know. And if you don't have respect for him, it's time to put some respect on him, man. And I mean, like, and what I like about it also too, not take shine off of them. Them boys in Minnesota, man, they looking kind of decent too. So they kind of got a little comp, going on up there too, man. And got that about the Packers too, man. They get it together, man. That division about to be one of the most competitive divisions. Chicago doing their thing. So you know what I'm saying?
No, not yesterday.
No, not yesterday. Not yesterday, bro. Not yesterday. But like, I'm just saying for for the future or whatever. That division looking kind of like we coming for each other, bro. Ain't no friends. We all beefing. We all
Hey,
beefing.
look, they need every single bit of what they're doing right now. They need every single win. They need all the dominance because that division right now is the best in football right now. You look at what Minnesota's doing in terms of how they've been able to compete with Sam Darnold. Now they're kind of faltering a little bit, and we may be seeing the Sam Darnold free trial, start to make his way out. Start to make his way out the building. The Packers, Matt LaFleur. Hey, bro, put some respect on Matt LaFleur in terms of what he's able to do with quarterbacks. Anybody, whether it's Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love, and Malik Willis now, Matt LaFleur coaches well enough to win you football games each and every week, no matter who's under center. And like you said, Chicago, they lost that game yesterday, but don't act like they haven't been impressive. Not for you, Ace, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but just overall, just very much understand it. They've collected the talent. The talent is working, and they're in each and every ball game, and they are competing with the better teams in the league.
Listen, it's a bad week for Chicago, man. The voice got locked up, dirty. Bad week for Chicago.
Not a great
tragic.
Got to be more careful. You know what I'm saying?